Good morning to all of you. So in previous video lecture, we have talked about the human eye and part of the human eye. Okay. Now in today's video lecture, we will talk about some more important point. First one is near point. And second one is far point. What is the meaning of the near point? The minimum distance up to which our eye can see without getting any strain. And on an average, the near point is considered as 25 centimeter. Near point is considered as 25 centimeter. Whereas when we are talking about the far point, is the ability of the human eye to see the farthest distance without getting any strain, and it is considered as infinite, or we can say infinity. Okay, so the near point, on an average, the near point is how much? 25 centimeter, and the far point is infinity. So there is one topic, power of accommodation. Power of accommodation. What is the meaning of power of accommodation? The power of accommodation means the ability of eye to see near point as well as far point. The ability of eye to see near point as well as far point by adjusting the focal length. With the help of ciliary muscles. I am repeating once again, the ability of eye to see near point as well as far point by adjusting the focal length with the help of ciliary muscles, that is known as power of accommodation. And that is the difference between camera and eyelids. In the camera, as I have talked in the earlier class also, that if we have to see far object, we have to zoom out, and if we have to see the nearby object, we have to zoom in. But in the case of power of accommodation, in the case of human eye, we have to not zoom out or zoom in. The eye automatically adjusts the focal length with the help of ciliary muscles and see the near object as well as far object, and that is known as the ability of eye to see the near object as well as far object by adjusting the focal length with the help of ciliary muscles is said to be power of accommodation. Okay, now near point, we also say the near point as least distinct or distance of distinct vision. Least distance of distinct vision means the minimum distance where we can we can see an object easily and clearly. We can see an object clear without getting strain in the eye. Now, after that, today we are going to talk about a most important topic, that is defects of vision. Till now, what we have talked, that all was for the normal eye. Now we are going to talk about the defects of vision, in which the first one is myopia. What is first one is myopia, and second one is hypermetropia. Okay, the first one is what? The first one is our myopia, and the second one is our hypermetropia. Okay, so now we will come to know what is the meaning of hypermyopia, what is the meaning of hypermetropia, and the third one is presbyopia. Okay, these are the defects, and from this defect, one defect usually used to ask in your board exam, that what do you mean by myopia? myopia is a defect in which near point is clear, means near point is clearly visible, we can see the nearby object, but far point is not clear. Far point is not clear. Okay, in the case of hypermetropia, near point is not clear, but far point is clear. Okay, presbyopia is a defect in which near point as well as far points is not, both are not clear. Why? It is due to the problem of old age problem. It is a old age problem when ciliary muscle become weak. Ciliary muscle become weak. And what is the function of ciliary muscle? Ciliary muscle hold the eyelids. What does do ciliary muscle? Hold the eyelids. But in the old age, both the ciliary muscles become weak, and when the ciliary muscles become weak, due to which what happens, the ability to hold the eyelids also become weak, and due to which the person cannot able to see the near object as well as far object clearly. Means we cannot able to see near object as well as we cannot able to see far object. Okay, now why these defects happen? This defect, the reason of these defects is due to short focal length. The focal length of the eye lens become short. So when the focal length of the eye lens becomes short, then these defects arise, and due to eyeball being too long, eyeball become too long. So these are the two causes. These are the two causes of myopia. So in the case of myopia, what happens? Focal length becomes short. Okay, focal length become short. Okay, and the eyeball being too long. Eyeball कैसी हो जाती है? Too long हो जाती है, और focal length हम लोग की क्या हो जाती है? Short हो जाती है. वही in the case of hypermetropia, due to हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे फोकल लेंथ शॉर्ट हुई मायोपिया में, हाइपरमेट्रोपिया में जो फोकल लेंथ है वो क्या हो गई? लॉन्ग फोकल लेंथ, और वी कैन से लार्ज फोकल लेंथ. फोकल लेंथ क्या हो जाती है? लॉन्ग हो जाती है. और दूसरा आई बॉल बीइंग टू शॉर्ट. आई बॉल कैसी हो जाती है? टू शॉर्ट हो जाती है. ओके, तो मायोपिया में, हाइपरमेट्रोपिया में हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि मायोपिया में फोकल लेंथ शॉर्ट हो जाती है. ओके, और हाइपरमेट्रोपिया में हम लोग देख रहे हैं कि फोकल लेंथ हम लोग की हो जाती है, वो लॉन्ग हो जाती है. आई बॉल जो हम लोग की होती है वो टू लॉन्ग हो जाती है हम लोग की मायोपिया में. बट इन द केस ऑफ हाइपरमेट्रोपिया, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द हाइपरमेट्रोपिया, आई बॉल बीइंग टू शॉर्ट. तो इस केस में क्या होता है? इन द केस ऑफ मायोपिया, इन द केस ऑफ मायोपिया, नियर पॉइंट के लिए तो इमेज का जो फॉर्मेशन होता है वो किस पे होता है? रेटिना पे होता है. फॉर द नियर पॉइंट, इन द केस ऑफ मायोपिया, इमेज इज फॉर्म एज द रिवीजन इज गोइंग ऑन. यू ऑल नो दिस थिंग वेरी वेल इन द क्लास यू हैव स्टडीड, ओके, इन द लेक्चर्स. सो मायोपिया में क्या होता है कि नियर पॉइंट के लिए तो इमेज रेटिना पे बनती है, बट फॉर द फार पॉइंट, फार पॉइंट के लिए क्या होता है? इमेज और फॉर्म इन फ्रंट ऑफ द रेटिना. इमेज क्या होती है? रेटिना से पहले ही फॉर्म होने लगती है. फार पॉइंट के लिए इमेज क्या होती है? रेटिना से पहले फॉर्म होने लगती है. जब इमेज when the image form before the retina, so for that we use a lens that is known as concave lens. Myopia में which lens we use? We use concave lens. Why we use concave lens? Concave lens is also known as diverging lens. तो diverging lens क्या करेगा कि the image which is forming before the retina, तो ये क्या करेगा कि अब इमेज को जैसे ही कॉन्केव लेंस लगाएंगे सुटेबल फोकल लेंथ का, द इमेज विल नाउ फॉर्म एट वेयर इट विल फॉर्म एट द रेटिना. ओके, इन द केस ऑफ हाइपरमेट्रोपिया क्या होता है, near point is not clear, far point के लिए when the object is at the far point then the image will form at the retina, but when the object is at the near point, अगर ऑब्जेक्ट नियर पॉइंट पे होगा then the image will not form on the retina, it will form after the retina, beyond the retina. रेटिना के बाद इमेज बनती है. That's why in the case of hypermetropia हम लोगों को कैसा एक लेंस चाहिए, कन्वर्जिंग लेंस, कॉन्वेक्स लेंस, ताकि जो इमेज रेटिना के बाद बन रही है उसको रेटिना पे ला सके. तो वी आर यूजिंग सुटेबल कॉन्वेक्स लेंस ऑफ सुटेबल फोकल लेंथ इन द केस ऑफ हाइपरमेट्रोपिया. तो याद रखिए, मायोपिया ड्यू टू शॉर्ट फोकल लेंथ, आई बॉल बीइंग टू लॉन्ग, और ये हाइपरमेट्रोपिया ड्यू टू लॉन्ग फोकल लेंथ एंड आई बॉल बीइंग टू शॉर्ट. मायोपिया में वी हैव टू यूज कॉन्केव लेंस and in the hypermetropia we have to use convex lens. इसलिए if the power of lens is, अगर किसी पर्सन को आप देखते हैं, if the power of lens is negative then the lens used is concave lens. उस पर्सन को क्या हुआ है, myopia, and the lens used is concave lens. But in the case of convex lens hypermetropia, power of lens is positive. Power of lens is positive. Okay. Now, third defects which I have said to you is presbyopia. In that defects, what happened? In the case of presbyopia, the eye means the ciliary muscles become too weak. In the case of presbyopia, the ciliary muscles become too weak. And when the ciliary muscles become too weak, then we are not able to see far object also properly and nearby object properly. Sometimes we are not able to see the far object properly. So in that case, what we use in the case of presbyopia, we use a lens which is bifocal length. Okay, which has we can say that two lens, bifocal lens. Okay, bifocal lens. What is meaning of bifocal lens? You have seen in your home some old age people when they are wearing specs. What happen in their specs? This is suppose their specs. So in the specs there is two type of lenses there. One is like this and other is this. Okay, so lens which is used, this lens is used for seeing the near object and this lens is used for seeing the far object. तो ये लेंस किसके लिए यूज होती है, नियर ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए देखने के लिए. तो नियर ऑब्जेक्ट को देखने के लिए कौन सी लेंस यूज होती है, कॉन्वेक्स लेंस, एंड दिस इज कॉन्केव लेंस. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि both the lens are of the same type, both the lens are of the same type but their power is different. Now the next defect of vision is cataract. What happens in the case of cataract? A milky layer come in front of the we can say the pupil, in the front of the pupil, and we can say in the front of the pupil एक milky layer आ जाती है, और जिसको हटाने के लिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं, there is surgery, जिसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं मोतियाबिंद. इसको हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं, मोतियाबिंद. तो that is the cataract. So for what happened, what do the doctor do? Doctor remove the milky layer, the layer which is white in color. Then the doctor remove that milky layer with the help of surgery, and after that now the eye is able to work, and then the eye start working properly. So, and that are the different defects of vision of the eye. Okay, so we have talked about myopia, in which the person is able to see near object properly, but the far object is not proper. Means far object, near object he can see clearly, but the far object he cannot see clearly. In the case of hypermetropia, the person can able to see far object clearly, but the far point object clearly, but the near point object is not clear. In the case of presbyopia, due to the in the old age the ciliary muscles become weak, and due to which it cannot hold the eye lens. In the case of cataract, there is a layer which is formed on the, we can say that eye, and due to which a person can sometimes see the object blurred, or sometimes the person cannot able to see the object which is removed by the by doing the surgery. Now in the next class we will talk about the atmospheric refraction. We will talk about the atmospheric refraction, and we will talk about the scattering of light. That's all for today. Thank you. And what I am teaching, please try to understand. Please try to make the notes in your own words after listening the lecture. Thank you. God bless you.